I got a couple of questions. I got a couple of questions for Josh. One football. This is just these are for fun. So,
Okay.
we'll start with the Bulls. I have a feeling I know the answers to this question, but I'm just curious. Who are your all-time favorite Chicago Bulls players? And part B to that question would be, what's your favorite Chicago Bulls moment growing up that you got to watch?
Okay. My favorite two Bulls players are Michael Jordan and Tony Kukoc, number 7. That was my guy, Tony. My first Bulls jersey ever was a Kukoc jersey. A couple of Christmases ago, Sean, for Christmas, got me a Tony Kukoc throwback jersey. That's my guy right there. My favorite Bulls moment would be the last 2 minutes of the 1998 finals where Michael Jordan showed why he is the GOAT. And anyone who tries to debate that or thinks they can debate that, show me somebody who did what Michael Jordan did in the last 2 minutes of that game. Offensively and defensively.
And I was just going to say on both ends of the court.
Yeah, on both ends of the court. How he
that whole decade.
Karl Malone, one of the greatest players of all time, and then took it to the other side and made a clutch shot and said, bye.
I mean, there was no doubt. I mean, I was like just a little kid, but everyone knew MJ was going to win. Oops, messed that up. Everyone knew MJ was going to win. My dad knew MJ was going to win. And him celebrating shook the entire house. I do remember that moment. It was pretty crazy. Good times.
If I
that was probably some of the great. That last 2 minutes of basketball.
Yeah,
was one of the. It was probably the single greatest by a single player performance I've ever seen. It was insane.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If I could throw in another all-time great moment for the Chicago Bulls. The greatest dunk that has ever taken place. Scottie Pippen coming down the wing and dunking over Patrick Ewing, putting him on a poster. I have a t-shirt of Scottie Pippen dunking over Patrick Ewing. Greatest dunk ever.
I mean, it's got to be up there. If it's not that one, it's the Vince Carter Olympic one. But it's at least top. It has to be in the conversation for the greatest ever, because he teabagged
the greatest headers of all time, and then the stare down. Oh,
I mean that you could argue that. I mean that alone right there, the moment. You know what I mean? The
rivalry, everything behind it was incredible.
That's awesome. For the Chicago Bears, who's your all right? We can add. Well, let's piggyback off the Bulls one. So that's those are your two favorite players all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who's your two favorite current players on the team?
On the Bulls?
Yes.
Zach LaVine. And I'm going to go with I'm not going to pick the new guys because, we'll see. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go with Kobe White. I love Kobe. Great dude. Takes everything in stride. Fun player to watch. I'm going to go with Kobe White.
Awesome. Now, going over to the Bears.
Yeah.
We'll pick two of each. We'll pick two of each. So, your two favorite Chicago Bears moments that you got to watch.
Devin Hester returning that kick for a touchdown, opening up the Super Bowl. That was incredible. That, and I will have to say it was the Bears versus the Dallas Cowboys Monday Night Football years ago. The Cowboys got destroyed by my Chicago Bears, and it won me a fantasy matchup in the playoffs, and I'll never forget that. We kicked the shit out of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, anytime a Dallas loses, it's a good time.
Yeah. I still give shit to Sean.
So, who are your two favorite current players on the Bears?
Oh, Raquan Smith, and I'd probably have to go with Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. I tell you one thing, man. I'm not taking anything away from Khalil Mack. The guy is a stud. He's a home wrecker. He's a game influencer, right? But Roquan Smith is the future of that team.
He's the actual replacement to this guy, like for what he actually does, like covering, like side to side. And I'm not. Khalil Mack is like the best pass rusher maybe we've ever had. One of them top, well, not maybe ever, but maybe top 5, at least. But yeah, Smith, he's young, he's fast, he's hungry. The way he just took over that offense when Mack went down, that really showed me a lot of who he is and what he wants. Like he just started yelling and getting hyped. It was almost like he was like ready for it. But yeah.
And the final Chicago Bears question: who's your 2 all-time favorite players?
All-time favorite that I watched.
That you
I'm gonna go with Matt Forte.
Well, no. How about just all-time? Who are your 2 all-time favorite players?
I'm gonna go with Walter Payton. Walter Payton and Matt Forte. Love Matt Forte.
Great choices.
That's
Matt Forte. Right, I remember Matt Forte.
Amazing.
He was fun to watch when he was on the Chicago Bears. He was fun to watch.
When the Bears were trash, Forte was a beast. When the Bears had nothing, Forte would step up. That was what I love about him.
He was a cornerstone of
reliable.
that franchise for a long time too.
Another player that I loved, that I wanted to see him succeed so badly, and I wish he was, so much better than what he was Jay Cutler. I love Jay, man. I loved his attitude, his I don't give a damn attitude. I love Jay Cutler, and
he was a gunslinger.
Week. He drove me nuts sometimes. He drove us Bears fans nuts sometimes, but also loved that guy.
I had a roller coaster.
He was a gunslinger for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I never knew what I was getting every year. I was with him. I never knew what I was getting. I remember when he signed that extension, I was upset. But like at the same time I thought about it, I'm like, dude, if Jay Cutler was on the open market, people would pay him max dollars. That's just a fact. So yeah. I ate it. We had to eat it for a while.
Yeah, there were times where I would cuss him out, just screaming at the television. Damn it, Jay! Fuck. But I also love that guy, man. Great personality.
Well, the way this works, Josh.
Yeah.
We spend the final 10 minutes of the show and we just take questions from the fans and then we head on out of here. So if you're set for like 10 minutes to just kind of hang and take a few questions.
Sure thing.
All right. So if anybody's got any questions for us guys, for Josh, for JD, for any of us, please feel free to drop them in the chat and then we will call this an episode. But this was a lot of fun. Once again, Josh, thanks again for your time, buddy. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Really appreciate you guys having me on. You guys are incredible, man. Love talking Bears, Bulls, just sports in general, dude. It's awesome.
Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, hour of your time. It's been amazing to have you on. Let's see. What was the
I've been watching you guys. I've been watching so let me just say this, guys. The sports streaming community is incredible. It's awesome.
Amazing.
The community, it really, dude, it's done so much for me. Like, you know how it is, dude. The same people just keep showing up over and over and over again, and it's like, it's just a lot of we have a lot of fun in these, man. We really do. Like, it's a lot of fun, dude. The community's great. The
most fun.
If it wasn't for there's like a core group of guys that I really would like. You and Sean are a part of it. Bad Dog, Goose, Entertainer, and oh god, there's like a core group of guys where if it wasn't for all of you guys, I wouldn't be here. Like I've been watching you guys for probably 3 years, and it's like it's just incredible, man. The community's awesome. It's so much fun. We have a ton of fun doing this. Just interacting with the crowds. The community is just great. It is. It's a lot of fun, man.
No questions. It looks like that incredible. We do have some.
So this says, so we got one from Damian
Sorry.
Hernandez. He says, if the Bears lose if the Bears lose this week, will Nagy get fired? And if he does,
should.
who do you guys want to see coach next?
He should get fired. And do I think it'll happen still? No, but he should be fired. And who should be the next head coach? Like I said earlier, me and Sean were talking about some potential Chicago Bears coaching candidates, and he was bringing up his offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. And I was like, oh, man, if he's going to be available, I'll take him. I love Kellen Moore for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll take that.
That would be interesting. He's a young kid, man. He would bring a whole new different level of energy to that team.
I love what he's been doing for Dallas Cowboys, so I wouldn't mind that.
Would he be the youngest coach in the history of the NFL? Like, I'm going to look this up because he is really like Kellen Moore, man. I remember watching him in college.
So while you do that, JD, I have another question for the. I have another question. The real ET for the resident 32. Bulls fan. He said, when the Bulls make the playoffs. Notice how he said when. Who do you want them to play first?
As far as quarterback or the team?
No, the Bulls. When the Bulls make the playoffs, who do you want them to play first? Who would their best matchup be?
I would like to play the Knicks.
Would they win that game?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'd beat the Knicks.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think if we can make the playoffs and we have a playoff series between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks, it's going to be nostalgic as hell for me.
That would draw too, because those are two storied franchises for sure.
That's what I want to see in the first round.
Kellen Moore is 32, so that would make him the youngest NFL.
Actually, it wouldn't. Sean McVay was 30.
I was going to say Sean McVay.
Oh, I can't believe that. I thought it was like 35, but I just looked it up. Unreal. But yeah, one of the youngest, definitely. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad we looked
that would breathe some light. That would be interesting too, because grab
a beer real quick.
Hell yeah. What were you gonna say though?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you guys.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Yeah, I just grabbed something quick.
What are you saying, Bobby?
It would be very interesting because he would bring like a whole new mentality to the Bears. I think it would be good.
Crom says I'd rather keep Kellen Moore, not gonna lie.
Well, I bet you would.
Yeah, I bet you would.
But if he's gonna be available to be interviewed,
yeah, they should absolutely look into it.
Damn right. I'll take him.
But Josh, thanks again, man, for really coming out. Like I said, thank you for the time, dude. It means a lot.
Absolutely, dude.
And it was a lot of fun, dude. It was definitely a lot of fun.
I would do it again. So.
But I'm gonna put Josh and Sean's the Sports Furies link in the description box, guys. After this, so if you haven't gone and checked them out, please go do so. They support me, and the thing that I ask anybody that is a part of the channel is if the guys that support me support them too, because we might not root for the same team. Seriously, I hate your teams. Fuck all your teams. But
fuck your team.
But the sport in general, we're fans of the sport, and we just want to see the sports do well. We want to see good competition, and just so if they that's all I'm asking, guys. The Sports Fury has been a big supporter of mine, and they're from the start, man, and they're part of the reason why I'm here. So if you haven't gone and checked them out, their link will be in the description after this stream is over. But thanks again, guys. Everybody enjoy your weekend. I'm going to be in despair on Sunday night. I will probably be not in a good mood and be throwing things by the end of that stream, but we will be doing that and watching my Patriots most likely go down in flames. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Brady's got the flu and he can't even throw.
Oh, wow. Now we're wishing the flu on him. Come on, man. Right on, though.